And welcome back with another episode of TikTok and Mimosas. This is Anna, in case you can't tell, which you should. And we have
Jennifer,
Amanda.
Also Sex Kitten on the screen because we are recording this virtually again. Yes. So we have a really fun topic today, and we have a lot to say about it. But this is an activity that has probably multiplied times 1,000 during the pandemic, I would think. We're not talking about baking bread, like baking banana bread, which was like the hot thing to do.
I mean, maybe that's a name for something, though, right?
Ooh.
Huh? Baby, let
Something
me
sexual.
Yeah, but we're going to be talking about masturbation. Oh God! Yes, the other M word that we like besides men. Masturbation. So, this is a topic that is taboo in some cultures, and I was telling the girls that growing up in like a very hardcore Catholic environment in a different country, it's sex is very taboo, so you don't discuss anything, and even masturbating or touching yourself is considered a sin, right? And
I touch yourself.
Say what?
How dare you touch yourself?
Yeah, how dare I experience pleasure? Because, like my purpose as a woman is to just serve the guy. And I mean, as long as he gets off, like that's fine, right? I mean, who cares about me? If you don't sense the sarcasm.
Lick that bean.
Yes. Click
that.
That
Should be on a t-shirt. That should be on a crop top.
Coffee bean.
Ring that doorbell, whatever you want to call it. But yes, we're going to talk about masturbation because it is something that a lot of people deny, or it's frowned upon, because if you date very immature men, like I myself have done in the past, they will see it as a sign of cheating.
What? What?
Yes. When I was younger, I was dating a guy for many years. He was my high school sweetheart, and then he went off to join the army. We got back together after many years. And, like I had matured as a woman, and I discovered, obviously, like my sexual freedom, and I masturbated often. And he told me that if we were going to be dating, that I could not masturbate because that was cheating, because I would
assume that he was masturbating, though. I mean, he's in the army. He was masturbating. I said, can I just assume, though, that he was probably masturbating himself?
I mean, he denied it, but yeah.
Ben and I over here like false.
No. Of course. Oh no, trust me.
I don't. Military men will masturbate in a porta potty in Afghanistan.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. They'll probably have like bombs dropping next to them, and
they'll masturbate in a porta potty to a drawing with like a pencil on a piece of paper.
Yeah, and it'll be surrounded literally by shit and still whack it. So
I want to interject one fun story that I have about that. I know we probably all know plenty of people that have fun stories on that specific topic, but my one friend in the army, of course, same scenario. He's in the bath in the porta potty, jerking off to some drawing on a piece of paper, and this hot ass female pilot comes walking in because he didn't lock the door. So she opened the door. He turned around and came on her. I was like,
oh my God.
Fucking mistake. Like,
oh my God. Wait, so she was an officer?
I don't know. I don't know the whole story. Because once it got to that point, I think I almost threw up. I was laughing so hard.
How do you come back from that?
I don't know.
Yeah. You can't look her in the eye ever again.
I mean, I don't think really yeah, they were somewhere making like the barracks for the Air Force. And then some girl just stopped by real quick, opened the door, and he's like, "What?"
Oh my God, that's so funny.
I mean, maybe it wasn't technically on her. It was like at her. I don't know. But either way, she opened the door and he totally was like, "Hot girl."
Mhm.
The point is, military men do not abstain, or military people do not abstain from
There's
masturbation.
no way he's not jerking off.
Yeah, no, 100%.
It's bogus.
Yeah. But again, that was rooted on the belief that he grew up in, which, it's one, I've been very vocal about the fact that I grew up in religion, in like a hardcore religious, environment, which is why I turned out the way I do, because I rebelled hardcore. Environment, he grew up like super hardcore Christian, where, it was believed that if you were not baptized, you would go to hell. If you masturbated, like it was bad. Like, I don't know, like you
God
were
watching you touch.
Yeah, exactly. It was very hypocritical too.
Yeah, is God getting off on this too?
No.
Guys watching you.
Oh my God. The thing is, we had premarital sex when we were teens.
And then he's like, about God watching you masturbate.
Yeah.
That's called severe insecurity. You can that's not fair. I'm supposed to be the only human on earth that allows you to come.
Yeah. No, that's exactly what he felt. He said that, cheating, like like having an orgasm without him being present was, cheating. So fuck him. Like I mean, for different reasons, but
it's not worth it.
But yeah, but have you again, that's like my upbringing, but have you girls had any experience with, like self-pleasure, or not only like yourself as women, but maybe with partners, or a time that made you insecure about doing that, or just any story related to that in relation to, self-pleasure?
I mean, my ex and I were together long distance for 6 months prior to us being in the same place. And so that's all it was for a while. It was we would visit each other once every other month or once a month. But other than that, it was all masturbate on FaceTime, basically. Mm-hmm. And it was my bedroom was set up to have a table next to my bed at that point. So it was just this is where the phone goes so that you have a good angle of everything on the bed.
That's how it should be.
Yeah, and it was fun. I mean, it was sometimes it was just almost I just do my own thing and he'll just watch. Sometimes it was him telling me what he wants to see me do, whatever. But it was kind of all over the place, and it was fun because it was one of those more often than not we would try to come together, which is funny. No. You're waiting and are you there? Am I there? But how about
it's
you?
It's hard time.
I mean, I've done the sexting or FaceTiming thing before. I prefer to watch the guy jerk off. If we're being intimate and we're going there, I'd rather watch him. But the minute he's oh, let me watch you touch yourself, I'm oh, I don't want to show that. I mean, I'm not good at self-pleasure at all, to be honest. I don't I've been technically masturbating since I was 11, but I think I might have broke something, and now I don't want to work because I'll touch myself until I get tired, but it's not something that's sexy to watch. So I don't want to show that on a FaceTime, if
right. Might change.
Why would that change, Anna?
Oh, why on earth would that change, Anna?
Hold on.
We're holding our butt.
Hold on to your butts. For those who are listening to the podcast, Anna just got up and is getting something.
Yes.
Big reveal.
Thank you for the sound effects, Amanda. This episode that we're recording right now, we literally just decided on a couple hours ago. And I was telling the girls, I wish I would have known this yesterday, because I have a gift for Jennifer, which is something that
oh my God.
I delivered it, but
over there.
Oh my God.
It's basically my favorite toy to masturbate to. but it is a like what's it called? I should have charged it, but it's a clitoral thing that like
God.
and it's got like different settings. But yeah, so I will find a way to deliver this to you like sometime this week.
Is it like for vibration? Like
no, it vibrates, yeah. But so like what it does, this little thing right here. Oh, it's kind of hard to like this little thing right here. It has like it's like a suction cup, like when it's on. So like when you put it on like the clit, it like
sucky.
It creates the suction of like a little tube, and like you'll be coming in.
And a sucker.
I can't wait to try it. Well, for anyone who's listening and hasn't listened to all the episodes, which you should, you'll know that I don't really have sex toys. I don't really use them. I just do manual stimulation very poorly. And I am orgasmically challenged. So I'm very, very excited, Anna, for this gift. Thank you.
Yes, there's more because I don't have it, but I had planned on getting the CBD lube that I've been using that I want to give you.
Yeah, that helps a lot.
Yeah.
I use the Foria, which is, I don't know if that's the brand that you use.
It's not, I don't remember the name of the one that I have.
So I'm obsessed with Foria. I discovered it last year while I was still with my ex, and we used it so much, and it makes a fucking difference in sex, 100%.
Yeah?
Why? It just intensifies like everything. So I have the spray, so you spray it on like 20 minutes before intercourse, and you can do it outside on like the clitoral hood, or you can do it like kind of like a squirt, like kind of like inside your vajay. And then you 20 minutes, and then when you have sex, it's just like a different feeling, and when you orgasm, it's like 10 times better.
Yeah.
So it makes, yeah. So I haven't used it in a long ass time, but you know, maybe the next time I have
tutorials. Maybe this will be the year I orgasm, ladies.
Yeah. So chill on the next episode. Just like, yo, guys. So just
New Year's resolution.
What we're talking about
having an orgasm.
But yeah, so that's that. But there's we have a mutual friend, which I will tell you about later because I don't want to say it on here and out her. She not gifted me, but let me borrow a subscription that she has to a online masturbation course because she was going to use that for herself, but she, you know, has not used it. So she's like, yeah, I paid for it already. It's like a lifetime gift, so you can use it. And I tried that with my ex, and honestly, it is so bomb. And it is called, I think it's called like OM Yes or something. Oh, I should have like looked this up before. Actually, no, I have it right here because I have the password on my thing. It's called like OMG Yes. Oh yes, OMG Yes. So this website basically like teaches you like how to masturbate, and hold on. The reason why this website is so good is because they used science. Basically, they took like a shit ton of women between 20,000 women between the ages of 18 and 95.
Damn, get it, Grandma.
Yep, exactly. And they discovered, so they obviously did this research and asked them all about the techniques that they used. And then they put all those techniques like into categories and made videos. So when you log into the website, you go through the course, and it shows you like how to do it. Like it's actual women like pleasuring themselves. So you get like a good understanding of how.
Wow.
The fun thing was for me personally, like to do it with a partner. Obviously, like if you're like in a relationship, like this is like really fun to do with someone else because not only are you learning how to masturbate yourself, but you are teaching your significant other how to get you off.
Right.
It was pretty amazing. And again, I'm of science, and the fact that this is backed by science and research, like, shows you, you know, how much thought they put into like female pleasure.
Yeah, and on that note, I'm glad that you brought that up. I think that masturbating in front of a partner is really insightful to the partner. And I think that I've done that with most partners, but not even intentionally for that reason. But like now that you're saying that, like, yeah, actually, anytime you get to that point that you're like, yo, I'm chill and we're going to masturbate in front of each other, because sometimes that's fun in itself. You're like, yo, like, let's not even, I don't know. I don't know if I'm speaking for everyone, but for myself, like, there's definitely been a time or multiple times with each relationship I've been in where it's like, you know, we've had sex like normal for however many times. Let's try just both being here in the same room, masturbating together. And it definitely turns into like both ends of the spectrum. Like I'm watching what he's doing. I'm like, oh, okay. So I get that you like this and I get that you do this each time you come. So now I know what to do, and vice versa.
Plus also, like, I think what is fun about that, about like, not just this website, but like masturbating in general, is a lot of times I feel that the pressure on some men to perform is too much, where it can cause anything, right? And I think I personally, I know that sometimes men, like, you know, they have their hangups. Maybe they're too excited because it's the first time, anything, or maybe they came too quickly or whatever. There shouldn't be a reason when we're like, upset, like, oh, like he came too quickly, like sex is over, whatever. No, you know what? If like something happened where he can't get it up, or he came too quickly, or he tired out too quickly, he tapped out, like that option to like masturbate and still enjoy, you know, like the time that you have together, or he can masturbate you, you know, there's still ways to work around it, you know, like, you know, you can still get yours. So
yeah, and I think that's a huge point right there, is your orgasm isn't like entirely up to the men to provide for you. That's ridiculous. Like, it's cool if it happens, but also it's not like I didn't get to come and it's your fault. Like, you go do you. Like, I mean, obviously there's caveats to all of that. Like if he's always just like fucking and coming and leaving, like, yo, that's not okay either. But yeah, it's like any fucking sports team, right? You win some, you lose some. Like you're not gonna be 100% every single time, and it's okay. And vice versa. Like sometimes, even for me, like with myself, like I'll say like sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, let's have sex for however long, and sometimes I'm like, yo, can this just be over? Because I'm like, whatever the reason is, like I'm not into it this time. I'm not, you know, I'm sore from the last time, whatever the fuck it is. But like, I don't allow myself to think like I'm being lesser because I don't want to have sex for the next 2 hours or whatever the fuck it is. Yo, can you get this in under 10 minutes? Because then I'm cool with it. And
hell yeah. Sometimes you want to get in and out. You don't always want it to be this like 5-hour session. I mean, those are cool too.
Yeah. But yeah, you get to be flexible, and that goes for also being flexible with your partner. And you know, there's been times, I'll say this, there's been times where like I've had sex where we're like, both of us are like, we're not gonna come. Like that's okay. We're just like having fun doing our thing, but like there's no hang up about like, well, fuck, no one came, so this was a waste of time. Like
yeah. But the beauty about masturbation, if like let's say you do have like a marathon sex and nobody comes, right? And let's say later on you're like, you know what? Let's say your partner falls asleep. Say you're like, you know what? No, like I do feel like, you know, having like an explosion in my pants. You can do that yourself.
Yeah.
Like it's like the gift that keeps on giving, you know?
Yeah.
It's definitely an option there.
Yeah, and I think that being okay with and actually even welcoming with masturbation, especially with your partner, like I'll say, you know, like like with my partner, obviously, like, you know, there's been times where I'm like, oh, you're going to go masturbate? That's cool. Like, do you want help or like whatever? Like, I don't make it like, oh, you want to go masturbate right now? Like, why don't you want to have sex with me? It's not that he doesn't want to have sex with me. He's most likely trying to be sensitive to me, thinking that I don't want to have sex because the last time we had sex, I'm like, whoa, I'm really sore now. So now he's like, well, I need to get off again. So I don't want to like burden you with destroying your vagina over so I can just take care of it.
would burden me with that.
I love it when my vagina is destroyed, though.
Yeah, really.
Sometimes
Oh, I'm so sore. I can't walk for a day.
Everywhere.
I was gonna say like something that you mentioned. So I follow this like page on Instagram where like a lot of people like will confess their like not secrets but like their feelings like anonymously. And it's a large page. It has over like 1 million followers. But I follow this page religiously. And one of the things that I always like, it makes my mind blow. Like, I don't fucking get. It's like when people are like, oh, my husband or my wife, I caught them masturbating and I don't know what that means for a relationship. Like, do they not me? Do they not? I'm like, oh my God, are you fucking kidding me? Like, they're not cheating on you by masturbating. Like, take it off. Like, why do people make it such like a bad thing?
Wait, let's put this into context in a different way and see how ridiculous this sounds. I really like cuddling with my partner, and I found him sleeping with a weighted blanket. He's spooning with a pillow. Is he cheating on me?
He was spooning our dog. Is he cheating?
Yeah, like, that's like the dumbest fucking thing ever. He found a way to make himself comfortable without me. How dare he go to sleep without cuddling me or letting me cuddle him or whatever? Like, Jesus Christ, this is stupid. He wasn't spooning some stranger off the street. He had, a pillow. So same thing goes. Like, okay, so he's masturbating. He's not cheating on you if that's what you are afraid of. So, like, you can't cheat on someone.
Would he rather that she had, like, what would he prefer? Like, she wasn't fucking some other dude, right?
Well, I would like to say, just as like, be aware, you ladies or men or whoever that's complaining about people pleasuring themselves, what would you rather do? The point is their quota isn't being met, and you don't have to meet that, or maybe can't meet that quota, so they can do it themselves, or go find someone else who can. What do you prefer?
Mm-hmm.
Like, because you're obviously like, and you don't need to be, but you're obviously not giving them enough of what they're looking for. So you can either be okay with that and say like, yeah, we're different people and we have different needs. Like, I don't need to eat a 10-ounce steak for dinner to feel full, but my boyfriend does. Like, okay, so he can eat a 10-ounce steak and I can eat a 4-ounce steak and we can both be fulfilled. Or I can have sex once a day and he can have sex once a day and jerk off in addition to that. Like,
I want a 10-ounce steak in my vagina.
No, steak is my favorite food, by the way.
Rare, for sure. Oh my God, I love it. Yeah. Could never be a vegetarian.
I also feel like the same goes for porn. I understand there is a fine line with porn. I do.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that like porn on one hand can be helpful and it can be fun and you can do whatever, and like I support it. On the other hand, I feel like there, just like anything, alcohol can be fun and you can also be an alcoholic. Porn can be fun and you can also be a sex addict about porn or have extremely unrealistic expectations of what your partner should or wants to do. Because let's be real, I don't think most of the popular porn is realistic. And I have a hard time with it. I'm very niche with what I watch with porn because most mainstream porn to me is just staged bullshit.
Yeah, it's totally fake. It's acting, and that's one thing that people forget. Like, these are paid actors. Like, whether
this person doesn't enjoy this terrible treatment or whatever the fucking bullshit is happening, and I'm a person and I want to enjoy this. I don't want to be like getting through this like it's some painful fucking torture session. I'm not into that. So
just so you know, no woman enjoys 3 dicks in her vagina. No one likes a gaping asshole. Or
that's I think the biggest reason people are like, like expectations for anal are ridiculous. I'm like we can do this little bit of anal, but I'm not into like pounding ram sessions in my ass. Like, yo, like you're not okay with me even like looking at your butthole. Why would you think that like
that is an exit only for me. I had a bad experience. I don't want to do it again. And even with anal training, Anna, I just don't want to do it. I don't want to train my ass.
mean, I'm okay with like just like, you know, good old anal, but don't shove any like plastic bottles up there. That's just not,
Right.
not you know. I'm like a good old, you know, like your standard, yeah. I'm like a good old standard, you know, like butt plug / anal, you know, sesh. Nothing too crazy.
We'll get you a little baby anal plug. You don't have to like train to have anal sex. You can just use the baby butt plug.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, God.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to do it in the right way too. It's, you know what I mean? It's like anything with sex. Like, you can't just like, someone can't just be like, let's have sex and jam a dick in your vagina. Like that would hurt also.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I trained my butthole.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of lube and a lot of love.
Well, if you remember from my book, which you girls like, you know, proofread, like, you know, there's steps to this madness.
New Year, by when is this book published for our listeners?
Oh my gosh. Well, now that I'm on these like COVID contracts that pay a shit ton of money and I can afford it, like probably pretty damn soon, to be honest. I was thinking about it the other day actually, because I was like, I can actually afford to do like all the editing, like professional editing and like the publishing, which was like what was taking like the most that was basically what I needed, just like the money for it. So
we can have our website so we can have a spot where people can support your book being published, because if you like listening to this podcast, you will not be able to wait for this book to be published. Jen and I read it. It's
like,
fucking fantastic.
Yeah, like if you think like this is like raunchy,
tame. Tame is
like literally like times 10. Because it's based on my like real life experiences, and again, like everything from like
which are almost unbelievable, to be honest.
Yeah, I will say that. Like when I was typing out some of them, and I was like, "Wow, like I actually did that." Like, like damn, like I'm a freak.
It was a really good book. I think I read it in 2 sessions. And it's a long book, so that thing was good.
Yeah, but definitely by the summer. Just to figure out like my, you know, because I'm ending one contract, I'm starting another one, and then I just have to kind of, you know, gauge what's going on with my work situation, because technically right now, like the work that I'm doing is like I'm working for myself. I'm not like tied to a company anymore. So it's a little bit different. So once I kind of get the hang of like, because I just started. So once I get the hang of things, I will definitely have a better idea. But yes. Any last thoughts on this topic?
I feel like we should have a little call to action here. Like everyone gets to try something new. So then by the next episode, we can relay what that new thing was with self-love.
I get to try this new toy that Anna bought me.
Yes. I was also going to say, so there's this, I think I might have sent you guys the link to this toy shop that I follow on Instagram. I even think I posted they were selling this like amazing like robotic dildo. Not dildo.
Like the real kind is like.
They have that too. So I buy that, but this one, it was really cool. They were doing like a giveaway, and I posted it to my stories because I wanted to win, but I didn't win. But it's fucking expensive, but I can afford it now. I think I'm gonna order it, and I mean, it just looks amazing. And I saw the reviews, and the reviews are pretty damn good. But I'm definitely gonna, you know, I'm gonna have a lot of lonely nights coming up in the next few weeks. So I definitely need to do. I'm gonna be like. Definitely upping my masturbation game, because I'm not going to be having any D in my V for a few weeks. So
we should have that on a shirt. D in the V.
D in the V.
I'm going to heavily rely on self pleasure and toys. So I need to upgrade my collection. Yeah. So
so Jen's going to try the new toy. Jen or Anna, what are you saying that you're going to do?
It's a vibrator. I'll send you the link.
Okay. And I guess technically we would have 2 weeks because we've recorded 2 episodes right now. So it would be 2 weeks before we record again. You got 2 weeks to try your new thing.
Yeah.
Which is perfect because the thing that I was going to say I wanted to try, I haven't ordered yet. And if I don't find it at the store and I have to order it, I don't know when it will get here. But I sent you ladies a link. So the Bay is moving away, right? And so we're already thinking about like, how do we, do certain things, with sex being one of them, right? So I am going to purchase, I don't know exactly what brand yet, but I think the Kiru one where it's the vibrator and fleshlight that communicate with each other. So like you can put, like there's one like just regular like vibrator, and then there's like the rabbit kind. I would prefer the rabbit kind. So I'll probably get the rabbit. And so like whatever, I don't know how exactly this works, but there's like sensors in it, right? So whenever anything in me contracts, it sends a signal through my little vibrator to his fleshlight, and then the fleshlight contracts. And whenever he's thrusting in the fleshlight, it sends like a vibration to the vibrator. So it's like you feel each other communicate.
It's the future of masturbation.
What's that?
It's the future of masturbation.
For real, yeah. So that will be what I try, as long as I get it in time. But that will be on my to be ordered list. I will say I tried ordering it for Christmas, and I don't know what. Maybe it was just because it was Christmas. Their website was fucking wonky, and it kept like every time I click like confirm my order, it would just like start over, and I'm like, what? So have I just bought 10 of these, or has none of them gone through? So.
Excellent. So by the next time, which again will be about 2 weeks from the time that we record, we will have an upgrade on our pussy pleasure.
Sure. And actually, we get to talk about that, because now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, actually, in 2 weeks, I'm going to be on a road trip. So I could actually change mine to be like, yo, we can masturbate in 5 different states in 1 week.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're going to be like driving up to see him, or?
Yeah, so I'm going with him when he moves his stuff. So he's having most of his stuff shipped to the Midwest. I'll just leave it at that, the Midwest. And, but he's getting a rental vehicle and driving all of the really expensive film equipment he has, because he's like, I'm shipping this shit. It's like in a house. So he's driving all the expensive things with him. So we're just making a trip, going to the Grand Canyon and Dallas and Memphis and all sorts of places on the way to the Midwest. So.
Well, you can like masturbate, like let's say you're in the U-Haul truck and he's in the hotel room or something like that.
On the road. There we go. That'll be my commitment to that. It'll be on the road while he's driving. See what happens.
That will be like something.
He's gonna crash and kill us. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I see Toadhead in your future.
Oh my God. Y'all know what Steak and RH Day is, right? So that might have to happen early, since I don't know where we'll be in March, but March, or for anyone listening that doesn't know what that is, Valentine's Day is February 14th. And Steak and Roadhead, or Blowjob, or whatever, I call it Steak and RH Day, Roadhead. Steak and RH Day is March 14th, where you get to do the equivalent of Valentine's Day for a woman, but for a man. You go get steak dinner, you give him Roadhead, you watch sports, do all the things that the guy wants, to have the great day that he wants with his lady, versus, the men only having to like get roses and chocolates and go to sushi dinners and dress up and do all the things that like the woman wants to do. You get to do all the dude stuff. So any women out there, even the men listening, Steak and RH Day.
Yeah.
Steak and RH.
Yeah, you can't have Valentine's Day if you're not providing Steak and RH Day. It's not fair.
Yeah. That was
Steak and Roadhead Day. Okay. Yeah. I was like, what are you talking about? Steak and Roadhead. Yes. Steak and RH.
You can legit type in Steak and RH Day in the computer, or Steak and BJ or whatever, and find like fucking cards. Like Steak and RH.
I look forward to it. I can't wait to spoil my partner with Steak and Roadhead. I think that sounds great.
Yeah, you find like a really fun drive, maybe even rent a like fun vehicle, like a whatever cool car or truck or whatever they're into. If they have the car or truck of their dreams.
Well, I don't have one, so I'm going to spoil myself times 2.
Bam!
I'll give myself my own roadhead. I don't know.
You sit on your vibrator while you're driving.
Definitely. But I don't have a partner, but I have a partner in all of our sponsors who make this possible, every single one of them. Thank you for your continued support. Also, our liquor daddy, who we cannot forget about at the liquor fountain. And everyone's getting their bottle. I know, it's right here that I've been sipping on. I'm obsessed with this brand. Like,
This is what I got. I went in and I want to show. There we go.
What is that?
It is too bright to see.
Oh,
I'm like, everything's reversed. Okay.
mm-hmm.
So Jen and our friend over at the liquor fountain.
Mm-hmm.
I just walked in and I was like, yo, I want some gin to put in this Prosecco. He's like, do you want my personal recommendation? I'm like, of course. So he just told me and I bought it. It's amazing.
Yes. So thank you to all of them for their continued support. I may not have like a physical partner, but I have a virtual partner in all of them.
Oh,
that was so corny. With that said, this wraps up this episode of Dick Talk and Mimosas. Until the next time, lick some dicks and vaginas too.
Lick some dicks.
I said lick some dicks and vaginas too.
Lick some buttholes. Wow.
Yeah, like from head to toe, like start at the forehead, the hairline, and
armpits, toes, elbows,
the butt crack, everything.
Oh.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye. Go suck some dicks.
Meow, meow.